Welcome back to Roy Boy Productions YouTube channel. I am Roy Boy, and this is my 1963 Ford Galaxie. In the coming videos, I'll be showing how I'm installing a custom vintage air system in the car. But for this video, we're just going to be taking the heater box out of this. The factory heater box has to go so I can put the new vintage air unit up behind. I'm talking with my hands a lot, not sure why. Let's see how it's done. Now, in taking a heater box out of a classic car, you're going to have to think about some things. You're going to definitely have power going to it, so your first step is to remove the negative battery terminal. Just unhook the battery, basically. So that way the car is dead power-wise. Secondly, you got to think about how does the heater box attach to the car. And in my case, there's 4 bolts on the firewall. We're going to show you those in just a minute. And then thirdly is how did the controls attach to the heater box? Again, we've got electrical controls for the fan motor, and we also have mechanical controls that control the diverter from defrost to floor. So we're going to have to see how those are attached. So the heater makes heat from the engine heat. And you've got 2 hoses right here underneath wiring, under this wiring harness. One goes to the manifold right there, and the other goes to the water pump right here. So the water pump sucks the hot water, or hot coolant I should say, out of the engine through this hose into the heater core, and then comes back and goes into that port there on the water pump. So the next step here is I'm going to disconnect those, making as little mess as possible, and we're going to try to get as much of that coolant out of the hoses and the heater core as possible so it doesn't end up on my carpet. Now there's kind of no way around this. You're going to make a mess. So I've got a catch can underneath here, and we're just going to undo this hose clamp and try to make as small a mess as possible. When you do a vintage air system, you're going to have to replace your heater hoses because they just are not long enough. These connect at the firewall, and the new heater hoses will go all the way inside the car. All right, there we go. So it puked out of the water pump there a little bit, and that's not too terrible bad. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down right here. We'll try to catch as much as we can right there. And now, we'll get this one up there on top of the engine. It's just kind of part of it when you deal with this stuff. You're going to make a mess, so just, be ready for that. Use a little air pressure to blow as much of the coolant out of the heater core as possible. I think the heater core is the high point in the system right now, and this water pump is the low point. That's why it's all draining out of there. That makes sense. Should have thought of that ahead of time, but now you know for when you do it. Now I didn't catch this on camera, but once you have the 2 hoses unhooked, you can do the dumb thing, which is what I did, which is put one end of the hose to your mouth, taste the disgusting antifreeze, blow really hard, and you're going to get most of the coolant out of your radiator and the hoses. Did that a couple times. Now I need to go wash my mouth out. It's freaking gross. But all right, we're now inside the car, and right here is one of the connectors. This is the one that goes from, that turns your heat from going to the floor to going to the defrost. So I'll use a pair of vice grips and pull that little nut off of there. And then up on top, where we can't see right now, is where the electrical connections are. And if you could stake your hand up in here in the thinner section, you could reach that and you can unplug the electrical connections. There's one more cable, and it's on the back side. So once the box is pulled out and flipped over a little bit, then that guy will be accessible. So, all right, let's see if I can get this thing figured out. Now, from what I've read, actually, that's just a nut I got to pull to release the cable. Here it is on the connector. I don't want to hurt. There we go. It came right off. All right, I'm going to grab a little nut driver. We'll pull that off, probably actually a ratchet, and then I can start loosening up the bolts on the outside. Okay, so this is a 5/16, and that's all it takes to get in here and loosen this guy up. So once we get that loose, we'll get that off of here, and then I just reach up to the top and I can grab the electrical. Now, that did come off with a little force, so just so you know. Now, this here is a speaker wire someone put in at some point, so we're going to have to be careful of that when we're pulling the box out. And we'll get up here on top. There's a connector. Oh, this has been replaced when the car got rewired, so there's a bunch of individual connectors. That's a little bit less fun. There's 1, 2. Alright, so there's those wires. And then I think the rest of these wires go across the top of the car. Okay, so now we are just down to undoing the mounting bolts for the firewall. We'll be good to go. Alright, your car may be different, but at least on the 63 Ford Galaxie, you've got a bolt down here, right here, and then there's one hiding, well, it was hiding behind the wiring, so I moved the wiring, it's right here. This bracket is actually through one, so I'm going to have to reattach that bracket somewhere right after I'm done. And then there's a fourth one you can't see in the shadows down here. So we'll get those undone. If you want to, you can pull that heater plate off. I'm probably going to pull it off and put a new plate on that doesn't have that bulge in it, just to clean up the engine bay a little bit. And then later we'll actually take everything out of the engine bay and clean it up. That probably won't happen for a year or two. Okay, so I went into all 4 of these. I'm hesitant to call them nuts. They're sheet metal nuts, so they're super fragile. If you're going to put the system back in and you don't care about 100% originality, just go ahead and use regular nuts there. But I've got them all loose. Okay, so the box is going to be loose. The next thing I'm going to do is just now I'm going to take off these hoses and these square seals here. Alright, got the camera kind of mounted precariously here. Again, these hoses aren't going to be reused. I mean, I might reuse a little section of them, but I'm just going to cut the hose here and maybe a second cut. I'm trying to get this guy off there. Well, we knocked the camera over. Oh, let's see here. That's probably good enough. Sorry, I didn't look. Ooh, that was really not wanting to come off of there, so we'll do a third cut to kind of release it a little bit. There we go. So that hose is now completely free and can be moved out of the car. Now for the bottom one, this might be a little more tricky. Okay, you can definitely see that box is moving around. Alright, we're good to go. Both hoses are now undone. So we're going to take these off and hope it's just wedged in place enough it stays there. Okay, all 4 are out. Did one off camera. Alright, let's see if we can get this guy wrestled out of here without pouring antifreeze everywhere. This wire's gonna be a pain, I can tell right now. Oh, don't forget to release your heater or your defrost ducts. That would probably help. Oh, that one's completely disintegrated, but whatever. Replacing them anyways. And that sound deadening panel. Awesome. Let's see if I can get in here behind this guy. Alright, maybe I can get this around the end here. One wire left on top. Okay, hopefully that's all. There we go. Oh, we got a wire that's going right through here. Alright, so we'll just let that rest for a second and get that done. And then here's the last little cable connector we need to get off of here anyways. So 5/16 to take care of that. Well, I looked and looked and looked for the vice grips that are right here. So that's 10 minutes off camera you guys missed, but you know, that's what happens sometimes. Normally, over here on the side, there's a boot. And that boot is why this car has always had a draft on a cold day on the passenger side, because that boot does not exist anymore. All of this is now done and out. So hopefully everything will actually come out of the car now. Oh, look, a giant mud dauber desk. It's probably been in here for 20 years. Oh, one more connector on the back side here. See, thought I was done. Oh, this is the actual one for the fresh air. Okay. And my door panel has slid off here. So, couple more bolts. There's always more fun to find. There we go. Got that right off there. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to do some figuring to make this passenger side fresh air vent work, if it's possible at all. It might not be possible with the new vintage air. And my wife is not going to like that. She rather enjoys having fresh air on a day that we don't need to run the air conditioner. A couple little clips here or there. Oh, there's one more all the way up here. Okay, boys and girls. Uncle Travis, Uncle Road Boy, whatever you want to call me, I think is just about there. What are we stuck on now? What is this? Okay. Everything's wanting to catch. Oh, what is this here? This is the heater motor. And one side is free and clear. The other side, I think we are just going to clip this little SOB. Yeah, we're just going to clip this guy. And that's it, boys and girls. It is now gone. Wow, so many holes in the firewall to fill up. Okay, next up, clean up this mess. And I'll get to work on fitting the new vintage air unit in there. So there it is. It's out. It's on the bench. It's good to go. And besides that one little clip that I ended up cutting, everything is perfectly stock and normal and works. So if you want one, just give me a yell. I can sell you that pretty dang cheap. I can even bring it to Lone Star Roundup if you're going to be there. So that's it for this time. That's how to take out a 1963 Ford Galaxie heater unit. Probably could have done it a lot faster if I wasn't trying to figure out how to talk to you guys at the same time. Until next time, I'll see you at a show.